My partner loves cats, but I hate cats. How do I make my partner hate cats too? Well, cats are little buggers. They're expensive, they're hairy, they get hair everywhere. Now make sure the cat goes somewhere in a nice home, okay? If you're gonna get rid of a pet, it should go somewhere good. But you can also keep it and just hate it together. So how do you make your partner hate cats too? Well, if it's a cat with hair, you could take all the hair, brush it. Brush the cat that you hate so much. And while you're brushing it, think about how much you hate it. And then just put the hair all over the clothes in the closets. How did that happen? I did. How could I have done that? I wouldn't do such a thing to ruin your clothes like that. Get hair all over your clothes. How did that happen? Right? They're gonna go to the closet. Hair everywhere. There's a reason to hate pets right there. Building bridges sounds nice. Now how do I avoid burning them? Stay away from fire. Discard your matches in an appropriate fashion. Don't go near bridges. If you're afraid that you'll burn them, just don't go near them. Are you always on fire? Perhaps bring water or a fire extinguisher in case it's an oil fire with you at all times. Stay in the bath. Kiyoshi asks, I don't own the internet. How do I have the sex via mail? Oh, that's a tough one. That's a real slow and steady snail mail sex time. If you don't own the internet like I do, well, I don't even own this internet, I'm not paying for it, and you're doing it through the mail, maybe Sarah, send a pair of panties that you've worn for a little while. Hopefully you didn't fart in them. But something intimate that they can use for a longer amount of time, something like that could be good. You already did? Well, maybe they like that. You never know. They could like that. Gives a little diversity to the objects. There's more. It's like a scratch and sniff, right? Without the scratching. If you're taking it slow, maybe lead it up with something. Or what kind of car do you drive? I drive any car that has a wheel to steer, and 4 wheels to make it go, and an engine. And somewhere to sit. Yeah. I don't have my license. It was revoked. What do I do with my boyfriend's man juice? Man juice. Like mango? Mango juice? Well, if it's your boyfriend's juice, you should make sure you ask him if it's okay to drink it. Or maybe you want to make some ice pops in the freezer. The icebox, that could be good. Probably a typo. Could be a typo. So if it's mango, whether it's man or it's mango, it still says boyfriend's juice. So apostrophe S, meaning it's possessive. Right? So it belongs to him. So depending on what he says is okay, I think that's what you can do with his juice. They probably meant to say calm. Where did you get that idea? Get a little fan action, get the air going. That's what I've got. I've got my fan over here. Get my air going. Do I look good in the breeze? Do I look sexy in the breeze? Short hair really just doesn't do it for you, does it? It just doesn't give you that same action. What's the most underrated vegetable coming from your old age of wisdom? Underrated vegetable. I would say broccoli, but I don't really think that's underrated. It gets a lot of attention, doesn't it? I've been loving arugula lately. I love that arugula. Arugula! You know, you can really have a lot of fun saying that word, arugula. Is it dorky to ask someone to be your Valentine? How do you make it not super corny? I don't want them to say no. So the first question is it dorky to ask someone to be your Valentine? Absolutely not. If they don't like it, fuck them. Not literally, they don't deserve it. Is it dorky? It's Valentine's Day, you moron. Have some fucking holiday spirits. Like a Tuesday, except it's Monday today. Is it? I thought it was Valentine's Day. My boyfriend spent more time and energy on his Super Bowl party than on Valentine's Day. Should I dump him or try to work it out? I think if you've spent a lot of time together, I would think about it, but that's a valid criticism to say. Of course, Valentine's Day is a capitalistic mock-up of a shit day that you should be, obviously, spending with your loved one. Or loved ones. What's a Super Bowl? To be honest, I have no idea. But if you're spending more time with some other stupid thing than your partner and use energy, that doesn't sound right to me. I think it depends what you think time and energy is. You know, look at the little things and the big things. Of course, they don't need to throw you a Valentine's Day party, but if they're not even gonna, you know, spend a little extra time with you, or do something nice for you, wake you up in the morning with a cup of coffee, you know, these little things, or compliments you or your body or something, they gotta do a little something, you know. Obviously, I think Valentine's Day behavior should be all year long. You should get dressed up, you should want to talk to each other, you should want to love each other, you should want to do something special for each other. Just once in a while, have some spontaneity. That's a fun word, spontaneity. But if they're gonna spend more time on some crap piece of ceramics, Super Bowl, what does the Super Bowl give them? Super Bowl can't give them a blowjob. Wake up, Harvey. Wake up. I like this guy. I don't know if he likes me though. We've only became friends recently, so should I tell him I like him? I should tell him how I should tell him. How should I tell him? Okay, first part. I like this guy. I don't know if he likes me though. We've only became friends recently. So should I tell him I like him? Well, if he's available, I would maybe hang out with him a little more, spend a little more time together, feel it out, right? Kind of, don't reach. Because if you're reaching, you're creating an expectation that's untrue. Right? You're creating something that's not there. So you'll want to reach out to him. But is he reaching back? Maybe he's not thinking about that stuff right now. And that's okay. There is a way that you can go about telling him that you're interested in him without it being like, we can't be friends if you say no. And if he doesn't want to be friends with you after you say no, or he says no, what the fuck is his deal? Grow up. People just want to find love, okay? Is that so wrong? Is it so wrong for me to want dick pics? Is that so wrong? Is that so bad? How should I tell him? I would go about it in a very casual, adult fashion. I would do it in a verbal conversation. In my opinion, it's more intimate, and you can catch the tone of voice a little better than through message, and so you can be more direct, and it shows confidence. And you can read the room. Like, don't just be like, hey, I like you, blah blah blah. Ask them, how are you doing today? Oh yeah, that's good. You know, talk to them a little, and then, because it's a two-way conversation. It's not about you. That gentleman in the photo has been staring at you this whole time. I mean, who can blame him? I usually spend Valentine's Day catfishing my ex, but I'm trying to be a good person. How can I have a wacky Valentine's Day that doesn't involve deceiving people? Wow. I mean, that sounds very fun, especially if they deserve it. But you could always go on chat roulette and do it that way. You know, those people are setting themselves up to fail, right? You go on there. That's a wacky Valentine's Day idea. Is it true I've seen your knockers in Snatch on Yahoo Answers, or was it someone else? It's entirely possible. You know, sometimes I've gone through Yahoo Answers and people were asking about coochies. And I said, okay, well, here's a coochie. And where else am I gonna find a photo of a coochie? I don't just have those lying around. I wanted to help out. That's my job. And soon after I posted it, Yahoo Answers was shut down. So I'm not sure if that was my fault, but I used those questions to do this show, and now I have to rely on everybody else to give me stuff to work with. It became a neo-Nazi recruitment tool. Oh, Jesus. So it's not my fault. That's good. That's good to know. Get a little paper towel. Great. Oh, that paper towel was salty. It's nice. Okay. Men are extremely annoying. Yes. How do I let them know they should not talk to me? You can do everything under the sun to let them know not to talk to you, and they still will. It's impossible. The only way you can get men not to talk to you is to not leave your house. And even then, they'll call you. They'll call you on the phone. They'll come to your door. Everything. They'll yell at you from the street. Men are incessant. They're insufferable. They need all the world's attention at all times. And they think women will give it to them. I don't understand. The only way I think a man would not talk to you... Nope, they'd still talk to you. I was saying, maybe if you're some disgusting broad on the street, if you look as disgusting as possible, you look as unapproachable, they will say, what happened to you? They don't want to help you. They just want to know what happened. They just want to know the story. And they feel they are probably so safe to ask because they're the majority. They can ask anything they want and nothing bad will happen to them. If a woman asks anyone anything, that's danger right there. You're asking for it at that point. You're asking for it, right? So they'll give it to you. But a man can do whatever they want. So they can get away with it. So it's impossible. I'm so sorry to say that the answer is that it's impossible. It's so unfortunate. Men, please shut the fuck up and leave women alone. If they want to be left alone, if they want to talk to you, they'll make it obvious. And by obvious, I mean like very obvious. I'd like to thank everybody for being here, for being my Valentines with me, for enjoying my reveal. I wore this just for you. Love yourself, hate yourself a little less. Goodbye. Is it over? Did I close it? I think I finished it. Is it over? I've got bad gas. I've really gotta go. Why am I'm still on the screen. Is it over? Is it dorky? It's Valentine's Day, you moron!